with a lot of younger Latinos, what's happening now is they're figuring out their new identity and who they are, not based upon what they were born into, but their experiences. They're coming more global citizens in our communities. Telling your story is so critical in your community, because you just never know who you're going to impact in your life. So as we do our work at the Latino Community Foundation, it's about taking these bigger concepts of identity, of who we are, and our communities are becoming so much more diverse. What is it, about 65% of Latinos are from Mexican origin, 35% are from all over. I mean, you know, we listen to salsa, we listen to everything now. It's just coming, it's a different appreciation. And so how do we take that and make sure that we bring it into our work at the foundation, and make sure that as we invest in communities, as we invest in people, as we invest in leadership, that people are making sure that there's always room at the table for everyone, and that no one is excluded throughout that process.
Epidemics as well, because Latinos were disproportionately being affected by these things. So he used to go around to the community churches, and he used to go to the movie theaters, to the $1 Million in downtown LA, where they were playing all the great movies of the 1950s back in those days, and the Cantinflas movies and all those things. And at the break, you know, they used to have mariachis in the break between the movies. He would come out and speak to people about the importance of being screened, the importance of taking preventative measures, et cetera, about these issues. And he was not a health-trained person. He had gotten his degree at UCLA in something completely different, but he was very concerned about these issues. He was concerned that the community was not aware of these problems and needed to act. But he was so effective at the podium that ultimately what occurred is people encouraged him and urged him to become a candidate. The question of understanding the individual patient needs and how to, in fact, improve the quality of the clinical encounter so that people understand what's going on in the clinic. They can find the next stage in their care when they're referred someplace else. They can understand the instructions from a physician. They can understand, and the patients can, the healthcare system itself can understand, and the physician can understand that they can't afford that medication. So how are they supposed to do that? You can't ask them to do impossible things and screen them out, you know, right from the front end. And so you go through these processes of beginning to learn the populations and the new ones that are coming in, and learn how to work them more effectively, for example, with the language breakdowns and the problems associated with just basic understanding of information. And of course, ultimately on to intervening in the process to change those processes of care.
My name is Don Mares, currently president and CEO of Mental Health America of Colorado. And, thank you. The current hat I'm wearing is as a member of the Colorado Latino Age Wave Community Advisory Committee, which I'm just thrilled to be a part of.
It's been a unique opportunity for all of us to share ideas, stretch our perspective on issues affecting our Latino elders, and come together to have meaningful dialogue about where we are today and where we're headed collectively as a community. Like LCFC, we at MillerCoors recognize the important role that Latinos play in shaping the future of our country. Because of that, we've been committed to improving educational and economic opportunities for Latinos. MillerCoors partners with organizations that help advance communities by making long-term investments that build strong partnerships and where the impact can be deep and wide-reaching. Our new economic empowerment partnership with LCFC is multifaceted. It touches upon building local leadership and expanding economic opportunities for families at many levels. MillerCoors believes that organizations like LCFC are critical in the Latino community. They help raise consciousness and awareness of a community across generations and across so many areas. They contribute to our long-term health and sustainability and inspire people to get engaged, connected, and reach their full potential. I just want to thank Carlos Martinez, the LCFC Board of Directors, the Rose Community Foundation for the work they do day in, day out to strengthen our neighborhoods and our state. I'd also like to acknowledge all of the organizations and Latino professionals who are here today. Thank you for making a difference through your hard work, leadership, and commitment to our community. We are very happy and honored to be here today and proud to be supporters and partners of such an important organization. So in closing, Miller Coors would like to present LCFC with a $100,000 gift to support their economic work. Thank you. Thank you. We're very excited about the partnership. So the funds will be used over the next 3 years to fund programs that will help inspire Latinos to find career tracks that will help contribute to our state's economic success. I'd also like to encourage other companies in the room to support LCFC's invaluable work so that we can have a greater collective impact in transforming Latinos' lives in our state.
You know, the founders of Latino Community Foundation believed in the mission, and they believed strongly and heartily that they decided to fund a program. I should say we. Along with Sheila and all the resources from the Rose Community Foundation and many others in this state, they worked tirelessly to create the foundation as we all know it today. I want to make sure and thank the Rose Community Foundation because they were and did make it possible for something big to happen. But now we have something big that will take it over beyond one step and across many, many steps to make sure that the foundation stays strong, provides the kind of support to community foundations that we need, and is there to further and further and further the very first wishes of the foundation and those that were involved. So looking forward to it.
Well, I'm thrilled to be here with you for many of the reasons that you've heard already. But what strikes me is that having the opportunity as Surgeon General of the United States to not only travel the country but the world, I've never seen an organization like this. I've seen many Hispanic organizations. I've not seen anybody pull together a community around the needs of the viejitos, the elders in the community. And I think that's a wonderful, wonderful testament to the culture and all that the elders have left us with, the legacy of culture, the legacy of work ethic, the legacy of integrity, of family that is there. And I know you all appreciate that as much as I do because it made a big difference in my life as well. So I'd like to talk a little today on the uniqueness of the Latino aging in America. But first and foremost, give thanks to the Latino Community Foundation for the privilege of being among all of you who are so passionately involved in policy and programs that will support the aging Hispanic community here in Colorado. Congratulations to the Colorado Latino Age Wave Initiative, which I just thought was fantastic when I read about the history, and evolving now to the Colorado the Colorado Aging Resource Center. You know, one of the things that I've recognized through all the years, especially as being Surgeon General and going to so many communities like this, is that what makes our nation so strong is the diversity. Yet the paradox is it's what separates us also. And it creates the struggles that are still ongoing today, as Sheila recounted. And being a historical buff myself and learning a lot of history from my own abuelita as I grow up, which I'll tell you about. But there's still a great deal of inequalities. There's still a great deal of covert discrimination, if you will, and inherent biases even from people who don't realize that they are biased in their decision making. And it's really organizations like this that shine a light on those discriminatory practices and allow the true people to emerge and really take their earned seat in society. So again, my applause to all of you for what you're doing. Now, often it was my abuelita who said to me, after she would ask me questions and I'd respond in English. And she'd say, Ricardo, si quiere dinero, necesita que pídame en español. Ricardo, si tiene hambre, necesita que pídame en español. Meaning, if you want money, you got to talk to me in Spanish. You want food, you have to talk to me in Spanish. And I was really upset with that because I knew out in the streets that wasn't helping me because of the discrimination that we all faced during those years in the 50s and the 60s. But yet, as I aged, I recognized how smart she really was because she never wavered from who she was and how proud she was to be a Hispanic immigrant in America. Never once wavered. And in fact, always told me, be proud of who you are. Don't hide from it, because you can be as good as anybody else. Education will set you free.